the Kamala Harris campaign is still anxiously awaiting an endorsement from Taylor Swift. But while that's happening, over this past weekend, a Swifties for Trump uprising started trending on X. And there are Swifties for Trump creating merch, creating TikToks, trying to awaken a spirit within the Swiftie fandom to go out and vote for Trump in November.
This is the most, of all the futile things on earth, this is the most futile.
And I bet all 13 of them, spoke out as loud as they could. This girl's name is Jenna, and she runs an Etsy page for Swifties for Trump. Yes, where she sells this shirt for $25 if any of you are interested. But here's her explaining her movement.
Here we go.
Hi, my name is Jenna, and this picture of me in this Swifties for Trump shirt has been going viral on X and started kind of a movement in the Republican Party. I actually met Trump in this shirt in Racine on June 18th, and he said, quote, "She is great." I think this movement is super awesome, but also super important.
She should have lied and say Trump said she is mother.
She is mothering.
Because it's no secret that millions of young female voters consider themselves Swifties. And we don't want them to have to choose between loving Taylor Swift and supporting their conservative ideologies at the ballot box in November. So I say we stop the hate towards Taylor and her fan base, and let's let Swifties be for Trump fearlessly.
She's so
Fearlessly.
cute.
I love it.
I can't hate this girl. She's so wholesome.
This was the most almost incredibly sincere thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It might be the
She's
most
actually
sincere
too
thing
sincere
on the
for
internet.
the internet.
Yeah.
She's too sincere for the internet.
What a sweet, wholesome girl. I hope that she doesn't see any of the responses.
I hope she doesn't either. I hope she doesn't look at them.
I mean, I didn't see that until we just reacted to it in real time. It's like, bless your heart. Like, do you really think that's going to have an impact?
I mean, I love it. I love the honesty and I love the sincerity.
Yeah, she's just, I know for a fact.
It may be a little bit naivete, but that's okay.
I know for a fact the majority of the Swiftie fan base is going to come for the jugular. Like, they are not going to like this. Yeah. There were some more TikToks from Trump supporting Swifties circulating.
The Gnostic alien has got it right. Wholesome Chungus.
She is a wholesome chungus, for sure. But let's take a look at some of the other videos.
First of all, this picture is creepy.
The AI-generated Swifties for Trump are a lot.
Okay. Which one? Do you just want to start at the top here?
Yeah.
Okay. We can't
Maybe
do the music.
Next one.
They're all voting for Trump. And let's start from the script. It says,
where are all the Swifties who are voting for Trump in 2024? I saw Morgan post a similar thing, but the next one is the one I wanted to react to.
I never saw this on my...
I thought it was what's her name, Nala at first.
This girl?
Just like from the first,
I didn't think so.
No, just right there, like from a distance. It's not.
Guys, I never saw this on my 2024 bingo card, but
there's that Twitterism
the bingo
again.
Card.
Swifties are waking up. The Swifties. I never thought I'd see the day that Swifties were rallying for Trump. I guess something with ISIS happened.
Oh, they're talking about the terrorist attack.
A lot of terrorism going on. I guess she had to shut down some shows because of it. And a lot of them are just saying, if Trump...
Strong borders? Is that what they're saying? Are we getting a bunch of Swifties for border patrol?
Was in office, this would have never...
Swifties for the Muslim ban?
Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't actually believe any of this.
It's all fake?
I don't believe for a second. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I want to know if somebody can direct me to the thread where a bunch of actual Swifties are talking about strong immigration policy and how this wouldn't have happened under Trump. Are they just talking about Alex Clark? Is that who this is? Is it just Alex Clark?
I'm talking to Alex Clark like, you in what army? There are other tweets. The Kamala camp is panicking as they continue losing more and more Swifties to the Swifties for Trump movement.
I don't believe this.
Swifties are about to save the United States from communism. Come on now.
I don't believe this.
Come on now.
I'm sorry.
I think they're really sweet girls.
They are.
Who have no impact on the election.
It's very wholesome.
That's very nice, sweetie.
But
Now run along.
But what you need to understand is like, think of like 3 or 4 people, and then think of all of those women who just line the streets after the show is canceled.
So they think it's because there was an ISIS plot on Swifties in one of the Eras tour dates in Austria. So that is radicalizing them and making them into Trump supporters. I find that hard to believe.
I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe they would even be able to correlate immigration reform with terrorist attacks at all anyways. I don't think they think that
They
deeply
blamed
about it.
Andrew Tate for it.
Yes.
I don't think any of them think Trump is the solution.
They didn't blame Islamists. They blamed men. Generic men trademarked.
Morgan from Turning Point, who was on the show somewhat
Friend of the
recently,
show.
posted a picture of Swifties for Trump. They're outside their Eras tour date, wearing all of their Swiftie attire. She said, conservative Swifties. I'm not doubting that there are plenty of conservative leaning Swifties, actually, because she is the biggest pop star on the planet. It only makes sense that a good portion of her fan base is politically leaning to the right. Sure, especially like
I don't even know about a good portion.
Midwestern girls with Republican dads. That totally makes sense to me. Girls who are in all these sorority videos that are going viral right now. They probably
Every
lean
6 months,
right.
sorority videos go viral.
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, it's the same girls. And
Look,
you know, they probably don't vote, but if they did, they might be voting for Trump.
Look, I don't know. I just don't anymore.
Girls at Bama Rush are at least related to people who are voting for Trump.
Well, yeah. Okay, so that's the thing.
Or they're not voting at all.
You have to wonder just how far-reaching the feminist movement has been, right? So, yes, you've got your Republican dad, but we've had this discussion many times before about how feminist women see their Republican dad, right?
Well, Trump is just eating this up. He loves Swifties for Trump. And he recently shared an AI-generated image of Taylor Swift as Uncle Sam.
He had his own boomer moment here.
Taylor wants you to vote for Donald Trump. He falsely implied that he got Taylor Swift's endorsement in this Truth Social post and said he accepts. He loves it. And he posted a picture of that sweet girl, Jenna. But Taylor Swift has reportedly broken her silence in response to that. And an inside source told Daily Mail, if she didn't support him last time, she's not going to support him now. He has clearly lost it in more ways than one. Unsurprisingly, her endorsement is going to go to Kamala.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened yet because the DNC isn't over yet.
You think it's going to happen over the week?
I'm guessing that was always the plan, right? I mean, maybe she would have kept it silent if Biden hadn't dropped out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought
But now that
she won't. I
Kamala's
didn't think
in.
she would endorse Biden. I do think she'll endorse Kamala.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly in line with her. Again, but hey, maybe I'm the one who's like, she's like, look, I want to re-release my albums every 6 months. I can't have price controls put on my albums.
She needs a pro-business candidate.
She needs somebody who is not going to hamper her ability to make money and keep Chappell Roan and Charlie XCX out of the charts.
Well, everyone knows Trump is a Swiftie.
That is true.
Everyone remembers that iconic video of him in the car with Barron and Melania listening to Bad Blood.
Look, I can't imagine. They love to vote against their interests anyways. A lot of celebrities and politicians, right? Like they think of all the candidates who, or all the politicians who got voted in California, despite the fact that they implement policies that are actually bad for celebrities. Every 2 days, TMZ has a new video about how their Hollywood Hills homes are getting robbed.
Yeah.
Because nobody actually enforces anything out there.
Like if
Right?
a homeless person is sleeping and shitting on your driveway, you literally cannot call the cops.
But they vote for them anyways. They vote against their own interests. It's the same thing.
Because they feel bad about being rich.
Whenever they have the Oscars, they have to literally shoo out all of the homeless people.
They feel guilty for being rich and fortunate.
Yep.
That's the pathology there. That explains it perfectly. But yeah, more power to the Swifties for Trump. I just don't see it making any lasting impact.
It would be very interesting if she didn't endorse any candidate.
It would be, but it's just not going to happen. I mean,
there's divide there with
if
her.
Biden stayed in the race, she might have shut her mouth. But
no, I fully believe she wouldn't have endorsed Biden the second time around.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to.
It's just so bad with the
she's on
Is
too
she
big
going
of
to
an
bake
upturn right
cookies
now.
again? Is she going to do Kamala Wall's cookies?
Or maybe she's just pissed that she did that brat became Kamala Harris's thing. So she's like, now out of spite.
She got slighted.
Out of spite, she doesn't endorse her. I could buy that.
Yeah, especially because Charlie has a song on her on Brat that's talking about Taylor Swift and like saying that she's cripplingly jealous of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's a rivalry there.
It would be interesting to do a whole segment on celebrities and examples of voting against their own interests, right? Because in the last week we had the Matthew Perry thing, and then we had the actor, was it Johnny? Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Johnny Walker, the actor who was killed from gang violence, and they just had arrests made in that case where people who worked for him talked about how we're not going to stop until people who worked and said we're not going to stop until there's more arrests made. It's like, yeah, you could have worked on this before by electing officials who were stronger on crime.
We've got a 20 from High Voltage 75. Swift announces that she is a super fan of PCC and wants to come on the show for an exclusive tell-all about her life and career. Millions of Swifties sub and PCC becomes the biggest channel at Timcast. How do you handle it?
I wouldn't change anything.
How do you handle it?
I
What
don't
do?
change anything.
We just become only Taylor Swift content.
That's all we talk about, right? You find what works, then you just stick with that.
Yeah, we'll find our niche, finally.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.